It's me, Tea Leaves. Kind of bummed. Having a case of the why should I's. It's taken me a while even just to start recording. And I think the only reason I'm actually even doing it is because I finally got the little background thing done. It's not done. That's close. I've got all kinds of things in my head to say. But my brain says, why should I? It's nothing new. It's not doing anything. Sharing the information's not doing anything. It's funny. I had a thought this morning. I gotta get the world to pretend I'm right. Just for a little while. Just to pretend I'm actually right. And why? Because then that would be something making sense. Otherwise, I gotta do the same thing everybody else does. I gotta fight through it. My brain doesn't want me talking. Instead, I'm watching the clock. Jerry, no. Jerry. He's obsessed. Come on, get down. Get down. Thank you, buddy. Good boy. So, this morning, Jerry, get down, please. Thank you, buddy. This morning, you know, they say get a good night's sleep and you'll feel better. I got a good night's sleep. I was in bed before 10. Slept almost all night. Nope. I don't want to record this video. Hi, Jerry. I doubt I'll publish it. Although I'll try to talk myself into it later. Nobody wants to see you depressed. So I tried to do something about Benji's teeth, right? I got a sign on the back of the church newsletter. It's is the name of a pediatric dentist near us. I thought, well, maybe that's it. And then while I was cleaning the other day, I opened this box, and on top, towards the top, laying in a bunch of other paperwork, was the name of that same dentist. And this paperwork box is probably from 3 or 4 years ago. And it was, again, like a sign. So I made my goal yesterday. 2 things. I told my mom, I said, you gotta tell me I have to do them. And I ended up actually doing them on my own. The one was changing the sheets of the bed, which I'll get into that in a minute. And the other one was getting him a dentist appointment. So I called and I left a message, and they called me this morning. They don't accept my insurance. Now, first thought in my head is I'll change my insurance. That's how set I am on this one dentist. And why? Do I know anything about them? No. But it's almost like I was pointed in that direction, so that's the only one possible answer. It's not, is it? My brain wants to convince me it is. So much so that I'd even consider changing my insurance. Which is odd, because it's like, wouldn't it be easier just to find another dentist? And then on top of that, I brushed the cats this morning. Something I have a lot of difficulty doing. But I couldn't get Toby a chew stick, because they're all the way across the room in a box, buried by a few things. It'd take me a minute or two to get to them, no big deal. Why couldn't I do that? I could brush the cats, but I couldn't get the chew stick. More steps that are involved. This is one of the reasons why when you're depressed, it's a lot easier for you to actually do something if it's right there. Not always. That basket of laundry still is a difficulty sometimes. There's a lot of steps to actually getting that basket of laundry done. It's one of the reasons why, as disgusting as it may sound to a lot of people, I keep a bottle next to my bed with my toothbrush and my toothpaste. Because if I want to brush my teeth, that's probably one of the only ways it's going to happen. Getting up to go to the bathroom to do it? No. No, not when you're depressed. The less steps involved, the better. Doesn't guarantee it'll get done, but makes the possibility stronger. I was able to brush the cats because the brush was right there. Had I had to go find it, or even go somewhere else to get it, stronger possibility it wouldn't have happened. Anyway, I said I would talk about the thing with the sheets. So, as some of you know, I switched rooms not too long ago. Told my mom she had to give me the ultimatum kind of thing. I had to have it done by the end of the month. And I expected that it would be like the day of, or at least the day before. But actually, it was about a week before that I said, nope, that's it. Of course, part of it was because the bed flipped over on top of me that day. I was doing my exercises. I have a bunk bed, and I've kept it all these years because it's great for exercising. It just is. But I was doing my exercises, but I didn't have enough weight on the back of the bed to counter my weight on the front of the bed. And it flipped over on top of me. It's all good. I was okay. I'm here. I'm alive. But when that happened and everything came crashing down that was sitting on top that wasn't obviously heavy enough to combat my weight, that moment it was just like, just do it. The work's half done, which was taking stuff off the top of the bed. So I did it. Of course, I needed help a few times because I told my mom, I said, I'm recognizing the issues. Since I recognize them, I can deal with them better now. And I said, at one point when I started having some issues with doing the switching and getting the bed put from one room to the other, and that was unscrewing the screws for the bed. And I went in and I looked at her and I said, I can't do it. I've got the toolbox. I've moved it in 3 phases. I've moved it from one side of the room to the other side of the room to get it closer, because it was actually in the room I was moving into. I had taken it from my mom's room and brought it into the other room. And just gave me a message about the children. I'm recording at the same time. And there it's at. Well, now I needed to get the tools into the room where the bed was at. And it took me 3 times to even get close to the door. Every time I went in there, I would do whatever I was doing, and then as I was leaving, I would pick the box up and move it a couple feet more closer to the door. So I told her, I said, I need your help now. I need you to do the unscrewing of the bed. And as soon as she started doing it, like, I could feel the dragging in my head. And then all of a sudden I was able to help her. Step 1, step 2, someone taking your hand and doing step 1, step 2. That can help a lot sometimes. That's why sometimes when a friend shows up and says, here, let's go do your dishes together. Let's go take a walk. Oh, no, I can't. But if they take your hand and they actually stay with you, it sometimes can help. Anyway, so as I said, did the room switch. And that was back in January. So basically the end of January was when this bed got put back into this room. And sheets were put on it that day, of course, because I had to sleep on it. Now, again, just disgusting as it may seem to a lot of people out there, it does happen. Supposed to change the sheets, what, once a week? Everybody's got a different rule to that, right? Been the same sheets since, which I'd say has been roughly about 6 weeks. So it's missed 5 changes, if we're going by the once a week thing. And it's not that it's something that doesn't weigh on the mind, it does. In fact, every day, usually a few times a day, I think I need to change the sheets, I need to wash them. Part of the reason for that being an issue, difficult issue, is because not having the dryer, and it's cold outside. So then you have to find somewhere to hang the 2 blankets and the sheets and pillowcases for them to, dry. Although it's really not that big of an issue. This room is really warm. Yesterday I washed the bedclothes, and I washed the big thick blanket, and I washed it in the afternoon, and it was dry by the evening. Dry. Except for the one edge of it, which, where it had been hanging, all the gravity pulled the water down. Yeah. That was it, and I just, it wasn't that wet. So, yeah, it's pretty warm in this room. But, other than that, it's just simply, I don't need to. And I know it sounds silly, because it's like, what do you mean you don't need to change your sheets? Yeah, I know. But, do I? Truly. If I don't change them, am I going to stop breathing? No. And the funny thing is I would, every day, like I said, several times a day, sometimes I would be like, I gotta change the sheets. Toby, quit it. She's laying there. She's not messing with you. Cats are another story. But their hair's all over the sheets, because I don't brush them. So, do I need to change them? No. food spilled on it, drinks spilled on it. I just wash it. The other day, you would think this would be the kicker, right? The cat threw up on the bed. You know, the little... Quit it, Cranky. Hold on. Okay. He's still giving me looks. Gets so cranky sometimes. Anyway. Yes. The cat even on the bed. Not a big mess or anything. Well, what did I do? What anybody else would do, right? I stripped the bed of the sheets, cleaned everything up. Nope. Got a paper towel, cleaned up the solid mess. Got a wash rag, Dawn soap, scrubbed the sheets, blankets, wherever the issue had happened. It wasn't a big issue, but it was an issue, right? And the only reason I was thinking that was I would just do this for now for the fix, and then the next day I would get the sheets washed because it was later in the day, and don't want to push it too late. I didn't do it the next day. Then, if I'm not mistaken, I didn't do it the day after that either. Toby, quit. Really? Sorry, I had to kick him out. That stinker. I even gave him catnip this morning. Figured at least someone can get over. Anyway, that's the long story short. And that, yeah. But I did finally get the sheets. And it's not like I have one set of sheets. I have actually a few sets of sheets. I could just, yeah. Depression. It's fun. Yeah, 17 minutes of talking about depressive stuff isn't fun, is it? I really hope I don't publish this, but I know I will. I should really change the name of this channel, though.